Hi everyone, how are you? In this small lecture, I want to talk about the email verification process, how email validation works in the back end. Really, this is very important if you want to understand how this process works and why some emails may seem to be valid and they are not. Why, when you use some email validation applications or services, they give you incorrect or inaccurate results, and so on. Or if you are a developer and you want to develop an email validation service, this lecture will really help you understand the operation, and then you can apply it in your own application code. So stay tuned and follow up with me. Okay friends, please, before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel now to get every new update almost every day. So to make things simple and don't waste time, whenever you want to validate an email, we pass in 4 phases or 4 steps. Step number 1 is what we call syntax validation. We check this text, this form of text. Is it an email? Is it a valid syntax email? You know, an email address is constructed from the account name, then the @ symbol, then we have the domain name. So as an example, my email address is support@heducate.com. So the email you are validating, is it a valid email syntax? This is the first step. If yes, then we go to the next step. If not, of course, we'll not continue the operation. The second step is to verify the existence of that domain. So as an example again, in my case, support@heducate.com. Heducate.com is the domain name. Does this domain exist in this planet? Is anyone using this domain? If yes, very nice. So this step 2 is verified, the existence of this domain. Because if this domain is not being used by anyone, so of course this email does not exist. The third step is to verify if there is a mail server behind this domain. If there is no mail server, then of course there is no email addresses. So how to check this? Simply, we query the DNS records of that domain to check if there is an MX record, which is the mail server record in the DNS zone. Simply, we can do this using the command line. We can program a small application to do this. We have online services that do this. Let's take a look on 2 methods on how to query the MX records of a certain domain. You can see here I am running CMD or command prompt. You can simply run the ns lookup command. Then simply write set is equal q equal mx, which means we need to query the mx records. Then simply enter the domain name you wanna check. In my case, I will use heducate.com as an example. Enter, as you can see, here is the mail exchanger records. You can see the Google mail server because I'm using G Suite for this domain. So simple. Another way is to use online services like MX Toolbox. Simply enter the domain name again, MX lookup, and you will see the records here. Very simple. So in this way, we can verify the existence of a mail server behind our domain. So if there is a mail server, very nice, we can go to step number 4, which is the main important step, which to verify the existence of a mailbox. And this step is the hardest step in this operation. The first 3 steps are so simple and you can get up to 100% accuracy. But when we talk about step number 4, which is the mailbox verification, this is the hard part. So please concentrate with me well. Let's firstly explain how this operation in step 4 works. Then I will tell you why it's somehow hard and what the problems in this step. Simply, when we want to verify a mailbox, we open an SMTP connection with that mail server and we send a hello call. It's simply an SMTP command, a hello command. We say hello mail server, how are you, if you want, and then we send a mail to that mailbox, to that email address. But then we close the connection and we don't send it really, so we are just simulating the sending operation to check if that mailbox exists or not. So if the response was okay, then the mailbox exists. In this way, we verify the mailbox existence. So why this operation is somehow hard? Mainly we have three problems. The first problem is the port 25 problem. You know, when you want to open an SMTP connection, you need port 25 to be opened. So if you are using a local application like my free email validation service or any email validation application that is installed locally, if you don't have port 25 open, this application will not do anything. You can't validate the mailbox. So this is problem number one, which is the port 25 problem. So you need to get a machine which having port 25 enabled, and the best choice is to get a VPS, a Windows VPS machine that has port 25 open. The second problem is that we have a lot of companies, especially like I remember Hotmail and Yahoo, have some complexity when you try to connect to their mail servers. It's not that easy, and they will not allow you always to open a connection, traditional connection, and connect to their mailboxes using the SMTP tunnel. So here it comes the second problem, that they reject your response before you even simulate the message. So in this way you will find some obstacles, and you will find it somehow harder to communicate certain mail servers with your application or manually using an SMTP connection. The third problem is that some domains or some companies allow something called accept all. So any email you will try to send a hello comment or simulate a message to anything, any account, even if it doesn't exist, it will say yes, it will accept the response. So in this way, you will never know if this email exists or not. We try to fix this simply by creating a long string of unique numbers and characters and trying to verify if this email exists or no. In this way, if this exists, this means that that server has enabled accept all. So you can simply verify this email on that domain. I hope you got this idea. And by the way, I got a lot of questions about my free email validation application. A lot of people downloaded it. Some people contacted me, they tell me you have 90% accuracy, and some people told me this application is not working for me, and so on. Please, as I told you, when you want to use a local email validator application, you need port 25 to be open. And the second problem is that some mail servers, as I told you, like Yahoo and Hotmail, we are having some problems communicating with their mail servers. But I promise you to release a new version soon with a lot of more features, and I will always do more researches and find the perfect solution to give you the full free email validation application. I'm trying my best to help you, so please, if you want to help me, go and download the application. You'll find the link in the description below. It's free, just download. You can test this application. You can send me the feedback so I can analyze these results and improve the application and so on. Please don't comment these silly comments and your application is not working, your application is fooling us, and so on. These silly comments, please help me so I can help you. Send me your feedback so I can improve my application and give you the best accuracy with the email validation application. So to sum up, we have 4 steps: syntax verification, we have domain verification, the mail server verification, and at last mailbox verification. I hope you got some benefit. This is the operation of email validation in the back end. Thank you for following. If you need any help, you have any question, any doubt, anything you want, I will be with you anytime. Just check the support links in the description below. Thank you for following. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, to like the video, and to press on the bell for notifications. You can also view our other lectures. Thank you, and see you in other videos.